Good afternoon, my name is Clive Woodward, and I was talking about what it takes to be a champion. I think there's 4 key attributes which apply in any walk of life, whether it's sport or business or education. Yeah, there's 4 key things. I think first of all, you've got to understand you've got to have the talent to do the job, and that's kind of a prerequisite. You can't make someone what they're not. So, but I think talent's the starting position, not the finishing position. You've got to understand the people you are competing with have also got talent. So, you've got to spend a lot of time trying to recruit the right talent. But once you've got the talent, how do you leverage that? I look at 3 key things on top of talent. The first is a thing I call teachability, and you move into what I call a student. And quite simply, teachability is sort of a passion for learning, it's about a passion for knowledge, and how you can capture that knowledge and share with other people. And I think that's a really key thing. If any champion individuals, do share with other people, because they've always assumed people can help them maybe improve what they're actually doing. The second thing on top of talent is your ability to play or perform under pressure, and I call that person a warrior. I think anyone can do any event if there's no pressure on. Pressure really sets people apart, and I think we're all under pressure. Just got to define what it means, but it's something you can coach people of how to actually handle pressure situations a lot better. And then lastly, it's what I call a champion, and the definition of the champion. You've got to have all the 3 things below in terms of being a warrior, student, talented, but it's all about attitude. And what I do with that, I kind of break attitude down into 10 distinct areas, and I kind of been able to, you can coach all those 10 areas which improve people's attitude. So that's it, it's not theoretical. That's how when I coach anybody, whether it's a rugby player, an Olympic athlete or a business person, that's the process I actually use. Yeah, I think it's understanding that those same 4 things apply to you, it applies to anybody. So I apply those to myself. I think I kind of measure myself in all those 4 areas, I try and keep top of it, but also you ask your team to measure you as well. There's nothing wrong with people working for you, sort of giving you feedback on how you're doing in those areas. But I think on top of that, which demonstrates this, the biggest thing about being a leader is trying to get trust and respect from the rest of your team. And that doesn't come just because you're the boss or you're in a leadership position. Trust and respect just comes from throwing the kitchen sink at something. If your team see you really delivering and absolutely throwing everything at something, you'll get trust and respect, but that just takes time. And if you're doing all those 3 things on top of being talented to do the job, I think there's a big chance your team one day will look at your individual and go, actually, I do really trust this guy, I do respect him, he really is helping me individually and the whole team to deliver success. I listen to the speakers. It's what I do when I go to a conference. I like to get there as early as I can within my diary and just sit in the back of the room with a coffee and listen to other people. And the C group, which is, I've never heard of that term before, by the way, but I understand it now. Listen to those guys speak before me, just about, I think what came out of that was simplicity, and there was every message kind of, I could sit there and nod, and it's just, business and sport are very similar. I mean, the business world seems to think it can learn a lot from sport, but I promise you sport can learn a lot more from business, and that's what I say to a lot of sports coaches: who in the business world are you working with to help you in terms of what you're actually doing? So no, just the reinforced message. Yvonne from Google was excellent. Just again, she sums up Google, so open, honest, transparent, and just some of the messages on there were great. So it just reinforces you can always learn something, doesn't matter who you are. Just go and listen to other people speak, sit in the back of the room, and you always pick up one or 2 things.